Hey guys, this is Praveen, founder of LiveChat Ninjas. I came up with this model, a new model that I want to implement at LiveChat Ninjas, and that will affect in a positive way the service that we are providing and helping you to generate more sales and leads on your website. All right, so let's get right into it. So the problem that you are facing probably and most of our customers saying that they are facing is that these 2 points. Number one is there is no clear ROI for the service that we are providing at LiveChat Ninjas. Basically, you don't know if having us on your live chat stream is giving you a positive ROI directly. And the second thing is agents giving out wrong information. We had a lot of incidents in the past where a few of our customers coming back saying that particular chat have a wrong information given out, and that of course is a damage to your company, to your reputation, and we took both of these two problems that you guys are facing seriously, and we want to solve this with this new model. Okay, so what is actually the new model? So let's get into the mechanics of the new model, and I will show you how we are going to solve these two problems one by one. All right, so currently what we are doing is when an agent gets a new chat, he has to go and search for the answer that the visitor is posing him, and he goes and get that answer, and that is it. The chat is being ended, the live chat session is being ended right after answering the questions, and we are basically missing out on the main part, which is generating a new lead. All right, so we want to solve that. And not only solving that, we want to use that new lead and convince them to make their first order, right? So of course, generating leads, having new leads is good for you, good for your business, so you can market to them later with email marketing and advertising. But what if we can also use that new lead and convince him to make their first order, right? So sales are basically your main KPI. As I know of e-commerce businesses, sales are your KPI, one of the most valuable and top priority KPI. So we want to take the focus of the live chat agent from just answering the questions, which is a low KPI, and I don't know if whether it is a KPI or not, but if taking that focus and putting that focus on generating the first order from a new customer is basically a really needed KPI of yours, and we are going to help you to do that. All right, so yeah, focusing on taking each customer to their next level in their customer journey. So if you receive a new chat, the agent's goal is to answer the questions and at the end generate a lead. And for every new lead that we generate, it is convincing that potential customer to make their first order. How are we going to do that? All right, so we convert each and every chat, of course, with an email ID into an email ticket. All right, so we then follow up with each of these tickets that we convert from a live chat session. In the follow-ups, our agents will answer the customer questions and remove any objections that your potential customer have, give discounts if needed to convince them to make their first purchase. All right, so what's happening here is that instances, we are basically solving the problem number 2 here, that is agents giving out the wrong information. So instead of forcing the agent to get the answer to that question right then and there in the live chat session is the culprit here. Okay, so what's happening on the back end on the agent side is that when he needs to go and find an answer to a question that he don't have an answer for, the agent is first searching our information database to see whether we have any answers related to that question, and then he is going to your website, your own website, and trying to find that answer to the question, and then he is going to Google and doing the search. Of course, we don't recommend them to go to Google and do the searching, but the process is in such a way that they have to they are forced to answer the question even if they don't find it both on these first two sources, which is our information database that we are covering for you, and your own website. All right. So what if we can take that focus? What if we can remove that compulsion that they have to answer each and every question that they get through live chat? All right. So that's what we are doing here. So when a customer, a potential customer of yours come to the live chat session and ask something that the agent don't have an answer immediately, what happens is that he will say to your potential customer that he don't have the answer, but he will get back to you, to the potential customer within the next 60 minutes. Yes, that is next 60 minutes, 1 hour, with the right answer. And to get back to them, they need to, of course, give their email ID, right? So how else can we get back to them? So this is where there is a need for the potential customer to leave their email address along with their name, because they have a question that we don't have an answer for, and when they need that answer, they do need to give us their email ID so we can go back and answer them within the next 60 minutes. All right. So this way they don't have to wait for 12 to 24 hours to get an answer. It will be quick within 1 hour. And sometimes when the agent can find answer within the next 15 minutes, he go and responds. But what's happening here is that we are generating a lead. All right. So that's what's the whole the major prod change here, the service change here. So we then follow up with each of these particular customers. All right. So each of these tickets. So by follow-ups, I mean after the agent, like let's say in the case of the agent don't know the answer and he gets their email ID, he replies with their answer, with the answer to the question. And then after a few days, like after 2 days, every 2 days, he sends another email to that particular customer through that particular email ticket, asking would they want to buy the product that they are inquiring about. We can keep track of these customers, and we can follow up with them, answering their questions. If the customer poses second question through email, we can our agent can answer those questions, and they can remove any objections that your potential customer have before buying the product from you, and give out discounts. Special discounts are created on the name of your potential customer to convince them to make their first purchase. And in case of customers who don't respond to these follow-up emails, we send up to 5 follow-up emails every 2 days until the customer responds. And if he don't respond even after the 5 follow-ups, we consider that as a inactive lead, and we stop following up with them until they respond, of course. But if they are responding, they are asking us new questions, they are saying that some of your competitors are better than you, and how what makes him to buy from you, right? We are going to answer those questions, and of course these questions should be coming from you, because you are the better judge of your business. All right. So this way we are going to convert each chat into an email ticket and follow up with each ticket, so to generate leads and convince them to make their first purchase. And that's how we are going to basically convert chats into leads and leads into sales. All right. So as said, this increases the sales cycle from just a 1 to 2 minute live chat session into a multi-day conversation through email. The focus will be more on converting rather than just answering the questions, because the agent don't have to answer immediately. He will focus more on building up the conversation with your potential customer, and then converting into a lead email ticket, and then focusing on conversions, bringing the sales rather than just answering the questions. If the chat agent doesn't know the answer to a particular question in the live chat session, he will convert it into an email ticket and answer it within the next 60 minutes. Now, the criteria to convert a chat into a ticket. So not all chats are needed to be converted into a ticket. So the criteria that we follow is that it has to be a sales inquiry. Okay, so someone asking to wholesale with you or partner up with you, and they leave their email ID with us, we don't consider that as a lead, right? Because it's not sales directly contributing to sales, so we don't consider that as a lead. It has to be a sales inquiry. Your potential customers should come to us on the live chat asking for a particular product, or your shipping, your returns, all that stuff. That tends to be a sales inquiry. Any other query, particularly post sales, by that I mean customers who already bought from you and want their tracking or return, all that stuff, we will be asking them to email you guys, as it is currently being done. We are doing that already, so that the post sale support will be the same, but the pre-sale support is going to change with this new model. So the second criteria is that we ask the customer for their name and email in a subtle way. Okay, I will show it in the next slide. This we ask for their details in a subtle way, as in the previous example. When the agent don't know the answer, there will be a reason for the potential customer to leave their contact details. So that is a subtle way. But what if though we are able to answer their all their questions, and we still need to get their contact details, right? So I will show that in the next slide. And third criteria is, it's not a criteria, basically it's the previous example I gave you, when the agent don't have an answer to the customer question. Right. So this is the next slide, generating a lead. So this is a case where the agent is able to answer all your potential customers' questions, and the chats look like it is ending. So what will we do to generate a lead there? So of course, we have to generate a lead without making it obvious. Instead of asking for the name and email at the beginning of the chat, we ask it at the right time. For example, a potential customer asks a question. Let's say, what are your shipping charges? And we do have that information, right? So we offer free shipping on all our orders. This is a sample data, all right? So, and at the end of that answer, we add the Mr. by Miss question mark. All right. So this Miss and Mr. Miss at the end of the answer will trigger them to introduce themselves. Just like in the real life, when you talk with someone and they pull out their hand to shake with you and ask Miss and Mr. If of course we will know whether it's a Miss or a Mr. In real life. So let's say it's a Mr. And they are they are triggered to introduce themselves, to leave their name. But if in some cases where potential customer don't leave their name even after we pose that question, we directly ask that potential customer, may I know whom I'm talking with? All right, so that will trigger them to leave their name. Okay, so at the end of the chat, a message will be sent. The agent will send a message asking, can I mail you this chat transcript for your future reference? What is your best email? All right, so the reason someone comes to a chat is to get the answers that they don't find on the website, right? So when they come and ask that information and we give out the answer, they want to store it somewhere. They don't want to get lost of that information. So they do want the chat transcripts to be sent to their email, to be stored somewhere, and email is the best place, right? So thus giving them another reason to leave their email ID and thus generating a new lead. So generating the leads will be very subtle, very logical, and there will be a reason to your potential customers to leave their contact information. Generating a sale. All right, so the leads that we generate will be automatically converted into an email ticket as discussed. We can then follow up with those leads, asking whether they have any more questions, removing any objections, and convincing them to buy. And of course, we will follow up with them for up to 5 to 7 times for an optimal conversion rate. Stats say that we have to, there should be 5 to 7 touch points before a potential customer converts. All right, so we use those stats. And how do we track these sales, right? So you might have that question, how do we track these sales? So each of our agent act as your affiliate. All right, so if you are using an affiliate marketing app on your store, it might be Shopify, BigCommerce, whatever you are using, or even WooCommerce, our agents will sign up as your affiliates and then use their links that your affiliate marketing tool will give them The first thing is that these codes will help both you and me to track the sales that each agent generated without any errors. So we don't have to go on the guesswork or the trust worthiness here. We just leave it to the tool, and the tool will decide which agent generated any sale, all right, in a particular period of time. The second thing that it does here is that the agents can see how many sales that they were able to generate, and that will motivate them to generate more and more sales throughout their throughout the month. So it will act as a tracking tool, and it will encourage the agents to generate more sales that will be added to their performance. So why follow-ups via email work? Okay, so here are the 4 points. Because your potential customers will have more questions and doubts that cannot be answered in one live chat session. All right. The problem here is that when a potential customer closes your website, right, so or just stops responding, that is the end of the relationship. We are not able to, by that I mean live chat ninjas, our agents are not able to follow up with them, not able to extend that session any other way currently. So we want to extend that so that we can, even though your customers have more questions and doubts, we can still solve those questions and doubts through email. All right. Because they typically take a few days to take the buying decision. Remember, they are paying $100+ or something, your average product value, and there is no chance of impulse buy. By that I mean there is no chance that they are going to look at your ad, they are going to come to the website and purchase it right then. It is not going to happen like that. Particularly in the cases where the product value is more than $100, they are going to take a few days to take the buying decision, and we have to be in that buying decision process, and that can only be possible with email, supporting them through email, and that's where this model is going to work. They will research, they will compare, and only then buy. Okay, so follow-ups gives you the power to answer every question, solve every problem that they are facing during their decision making process, making you their trusted seller. Whom do you trust the most, right? So let's say you sell jewelry, and there are 10 jewelry shops, let's say these websites, and one jewelry shop is keeping on asking you whether you have any questions and keeping on helping you with the answers and with different resources and stuff. Whom do you trust? That person will be your trusted seller, and in this case we will help you to become that trusted seller in your potential customers' eyes. All right, following up with the potential customers shows that you care for them, building trust that there is someone to help them from your company. As your competitors do not do this, this will be your competitive edge. All right. Who can benefit the best from this model? All right, so not all businesses can benefit from this model. Only these businesses who check all these 3 criteria points are going to benefit the best. And of course, we are going to take only the customers who check all these 3 criteria. All right, so yeah, obviously real retail businesses with stock and warehouses, we do not encourage drop shipping businesses. And the second criteria is businesses with high product value. Your average product value should be more than $100. All right, websites that receive good traffic volumes. If you don't have traffic volumes, we cannot convert any sales or leads. So we do charge for this model, all right, for doing that extra work and generating new sales and leads. We charge a base subscription fee to handle your live chat stream 24/6. So at the subscription price that you are already on, it will be the same. There won't be any changes or hikes in that price. We will grandfather that, and we will honor those prices. So your base subscription fee will be the same. On top of that, we charge 50 cents for every lead we generate for you. All right, as we said, we generate in a certain way, giving them a reason to leave their contact information. So a lead is basically a sales inquiry with who gave us their name and email address. All right, so we charge 50 cents for every lead we generate for you, and we charge 3% of the cart value on every sale we convert for you. What happens here is that because we charge on a percentage base on the cart value, the agents are more interested and more encouraged to increase that cart value. All right, so what if the agent can increase a $100 cart value to, let's say, $200? That will be an extra sale for you, right? So because we do that, of course, we would like to have a piece of that sale and forward that directly to the agent. All right. So 3% of the cart value on every sale we convert for you, and 50 cents for every lead we generate for you. For example, if you get 10 chats on average per day, which is 260 chats in a month, our base subscription fees is something. Of course, this number varies from client to client here, and depending upon the average chats that they are receiving per day. Let's say an ideal customer, their subscription fees is $249 per month. If we are able to generate 100 leads in a month, that would be $50, right? $50, 100 into 50 cents. And if we are able to generate 20 sales out of those 100 leads worth of average, let's say $100, it costs 3% of $2,000, which is $60, totaling $249 plus 50 plus 60. That would be $359 that particular month. So as our performance increase or decrease, that extra commission that we are getting paid for the number of leads and sales is going to increase. So your base will be your subscription that you are currently on. On top of that, the lead and sale commissions that we generate for you. And you will get 24/6 live chat agents on your website answering up to 260 chats per month, and 80 hot leads in the 100 leads that we generate. If we convert 20 of them into sales, you will be still left with 80 hot leads to convert via email marketing and advertising, and $2,000 in sales. All right, every single month. So of course, all these leads will be automatically synced to your email marketing tool. So you are not leaving anyone out. And I basically had a conversation with our agents and had a look at the previous chats. And what I understood is that if there is a reason for your potential customer to leave their contact details, most of the time, 50 to 60% of the time, they are going to leave their contact details. All right. So we do need to give them a reason, and taking a good average of 50% if we are able to generate 100 leads in a month, that would be like 100 hot leads who are interested to buy from you. We just need to convince them to make the purchase. And let's say we are only able to convince 20% of them and generate 20 sales. You still get 20 sales and 80 hot leads to convert in the future. All right. So that is how we are going to solve the problem. So you now have a clear ROI, return on your investment. We report you on the number of leads and sales we are able to generate for you on a monthly basis. You will get one monthly report at the end of the month, every month, showing how many leads and sales, and of course the chats we took and their ratings. Solving that problem, giving you a clear ROI, and the agents won't give out wrong information as they don't have to answer every question right on the chat itself. By that, we are eliminating both the problems. We are solving both the problems and giving out a clear ROI. So how will we handle your information? So we will divide the information that we are currently covering for you into two parts. All right. So the primary information and secondary information. The primary information includes 40 data points regarding your company, shipping, returns, and the most popular product questions. All right. So these are the data points that we as live chat customers need to know. When a potential customer come and ask for a shipping, your shipping policy, we cannot say we don't know that. It has to be covered. So we take 40 of those most important and most needed data points, which includes details about your company, shipping, returns, and the most popular questions related to products. All right. We will use these questions to answer during the live chat session. Okay. So only these 40 data points to answer during your live chat session. So what is a data point? A data point can be any of these three. It can be an FAQ, which is question and answer. It can be a workflow, a process to be executed, For example, how an agent should search a dress, your product on your website, how to search on your website, right? And a condition that the agent needs to remember before giving out an answer. For example, if the chat is from Australia, this is actually a real life example. One of our clients said, if a chat is from Australia, ask the customer to visit our Australian website. So these are conditions, right? So we build out this primary information database, these 40 data points using, the data points can be, any of these. These should be remembered, these should be used. Only these data points will be used in the live chat session. Secondary information, the data points above those primary 40, beyond those primary 40, like in-depth product information or some conditions that can be solved via email, will be stored in our secondary information database. All right. When we get a chat with a question that is not in our primary 40, we will convert it into an email ticket and then search this secondary information database to answer that email ticket within the next 60 minutes. Okay. So this secondary information database will be used to answer the email tickets, and the primary information database will be used to answer the live chat session. So let's say the potential customer asks for a question which is in the secondary information database on a live chat session. The agent says he don't have the answer, but he can get back to him within the next 60 minutes and take their contact details, generating a lead. Plus, because we get back to them within the next 60 minutes, we are building a relationship there. So if we get a question that we don't have an answer to in both the primary and secondary, we will tag you in that email ticketing system that we use for you. We will tag you for any email tickets that we don't have the answer for in both the primary and secondary database. So you can give us the information, give us the answer, and we will use that answer to respond to your potential customer. And then we take this answer and put it in our secondary information database. All right. So this is how the information process is going to work. Yeah, so that is how we are going to solve these two problems and giving out a clear ROI for every dollar you are putting in us. We are going to give it back. If you guys are interested, if you want to try this model, what I would like you to do is respond to this email saying that you are interested, and we'll schedule a call. I will get on a call with you and I will tell you what all the things that we need. So you can give us accesses, give the information as we need. And I would like to get started with this from next Monday. That would be 22nd of April. So I would like to start working on this model, and I would like to implement this model on your websites from next Monday. Hope that makes sense, and this is where Live Chat Ninjas is going in the future, and I think this model is going to work the best. Do let me know if you want to try this out. A few of our customers already said yes. We got like 3 customers saying yes to this. So if you want to try this out, let me know before the end of the week so we can get on a call and implement it by next Monday, April 22nd. Thank you. Have a good day.